When you hear Currency, you probably think of weed, lowriders, and a massive amount of music. Those things, especially the weed, represent his brand, Jet Life. His vision for Jet Life was morphed from a burning desire to be true to himself. That desire has dictated the many moves of his career and have often confused people on the outside looking in. Currency's career is one where patience has paid off, one built on a mix of waiting for opportunities to present themselves as he built relationships and creating opportunities for himself.
He was running with No Limit, right?
Yeah.
That's when he first got on.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
insane.
Yeah, but you know, I waited my turn. So I never was on P Bumper. I never was on P Bumper like listen to this. Yeah. I'm like, I'm here because of the homie. So it's the homie time. You know what I'm saying? And when somebody asks me what I can do, then that's my turn, you know? And it so happened like that's what C Murder was like, what you do? You know what I'm saying? I got in the boot. And then it was like, oh shit, yeah. That's how that went. I never was on their bumpers about like, yo, I want to rap. I used to pass out T-shirts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like Trapped in Crime, Ghetto, Postage, all that shit. Yeah, I was passing them shit. I wasn't even tripping.
A major part of creating those opportunities is putting out the high volume of music he's known for. Another part is being true to himself, whether it's in how he chooses who to work with or how he fits his music into his fans' lives. All of those things come together to form the Jet Life brand. With Jet Life, Currency has created a lifestyle brand for both him and his fans. In an interview with DJ Booth, Currency said, "If I didn't do my own thing, nah, because then there wouldn't be Jet Life, and I couldn't imagine a world without Jet Life. What would happen to people? What would happen to all those people in here who came to smoke weed with me if there was no Jet Life? What the fuck would they be doing? Yeah, nah, I don't ever think about that." That dedication to building a world and brand true to his lifestyle through his music has paid dividends for his career, so let's explore that. Before Currency made the move to have an independent career, he had a deal with No Limit Records, where he eventually made music as part of the 504 Boys. Then later he had a deal with Lil Wayne and Cash Money, where he had his first hit, Where to Cash At, and was on his way to becoming one of the faces of the label. That's success and opportunity most artists couldn't pass up. It'd be a wave they felt they had to ride. Currency felt his path was still as an independent artist, building his own brand. He felt that leaving these opportunities, even when it may have been more favorable to stay, meant that whatever he built for himself was more likely to pay off. The universe would reward his honesty and his commitment to his vision. So coming off the success of Where to Cash At in 2006 and the hip-hop blog era starting, Currency had the opportunity to create his own world, as he describes it.
But how was it like when Where the Cash At did come out and it was well received?
Yo, I was like, oh shit, here we go. Because that's when I was doing the interviews, and I was like, now's my chance to get all my babe shit off and to fucking do all this. And I'll be able to build the world I want, you know what I'm saying? But I really couldn't. I really wasn't gonna be able to if I stayed in that vein. I knew ultimately it was gonna have to be Jet Life for me to do my shit. You know,
you said it was no drama. Like, how do you change these situations without?
Well, because look at
having
this.
any drama.
No Limit. You say it, you have a sound in your mind already. You hear what it sounds like. Cash Money. At that time, you say it, you know what it sounds like. So they respected the fact that our thing was them respecting my sound and wanting to fuck with me, but not even like, how could it? Because it would be like that, you know, ultimately, because I didn't want to fucking say what y'all was saying, and then now here's my song and my shit sounding like this, as opposed to this being this way. And I'm so much for the team that it's like, don't trip, man. I don't even want to disrupt what's going on. Like, I'm gonna do this one, you know, for sure. And Wayne was concerned. Like, he was like, bruh, like,
I was gonna say,
think about your fucking family, dog. Like, you're about to be rich, man. Are you serious? I was like, look, bro, like, I gotta do my own thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it just so happened, it worked, you know?
Yeah.
I believe if you roll the dice like that, that proves you have faith in a higher power in the universe, and something will work out for you, you know. Otherwise, like, it's all a lie. Like, if you roll the dice like that and you exhibit faith in something, like, it's gonna have to give you the return. And when it does, that makes an example for people, because it's people tell me all the time, like when I first met Jadakiss, that was the first thing he told me. He was like, yeah, you could rap and all that, but you were like, nah, I'ma just do my own thing,
exactly.
and then you just did that shit.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
But also, you didn't look crazy. And then when later on, he did get it together, and he put us out of Drake, he put us out of Nicki, and that takes off. You still built a great career on your own
for
terms.
sure. Yeah, it worked. It worked because, I mean, the universe used me as an example. It couldn't fail me because like I stepped outside of something that nobody would have did. Like that was like the dream situation. Anybody would have jumped at that. Like I was the artist. You know what I'm saying? Like this is how it was gonna be. And I was like, let me. I want to be that, but I just want to be that on.
But do you think that you consciously don't want to necessarily be the big mainstream star?
What I want is the mainstream audience to get into what I'm doing. And then once they realize that it's actually the norm because there's more of us, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They realize that and they stop being like scared because it's kind of like the cool table. It's like, well, if they doing this, I can't come to the table with this in my Walkman because even though I don't like that, I'm just gonna do this because that's what it is. Because I gotta stay cool, you know. So once everybody break out of that shit, then it's on.
Artists at any stage of their career should make sure they have a strong vision for what they want in their career. That vision is the future they want to create, the impression they want to leave. If artists can define that and keep it in mind and continuously refine that vision, it will provide direction and a sense of clarity and control in their careers. That vision will help with decision making because it will be understood that each decision should help them get closer to that vision. It will help them find their sound and better connect with fans. Just knowing what you want in life and your career is a real advantage. For Currency, even though he left those label situations, they were still beneficial. This piece of advice that he got from Master P was the most important one and would shape his career going forward.
What are the most important things that Master P taught you about being your own boss?
Pretty much that in the music business, you write your own ticket, you write your own check because you're the one who's making the music. So as long as you're working, you're always creating opportunities to get paid.
That advice of always working and creating music laid the strategy for Currency's independent career. That strategy is simple. Flood the market with music and super serve his audience by fitting into their lives. The volume of music he has two effects. One, it keeps him relevant and seen, so it's easy to be discovered. The other was more opportunities to connect with fans and make money. Let's break both of these down, starting with being relevant and seen. This was especially important in the blog era because it led to recognition from brands and got him in front of fans searching for new music more often, leading them to be more likely to check out his music and get introduced to Jet Life.
We already put out 4 projects this year.
Yeah, I know. But
it's 5, excuse me.
Do you remember when I used to do them every month? So there was 12 projects every year for like however until they did the double XL. When I got that cover, I was like, all right, that's why I did that. Like for sure, that's why I did that. And I tell people that all the time. I'm like, you should probably try to put out a tape every month. Like I don't know how crazy that is. It shouldn't be if you rap because the shit's coming out of your body. You know what I'm saying? So just fucking do it. You know what I'm saying? Put out a tape every month. And the people who slept on you in January, by August, they'd be like, all right, let me try.
Yeah.
That's how I came up on Max B, and that's my favorite rapper. I just was like, well, shit, I seen this dude picture a couple times, like on the same blogs where I'm checking for myself at. So I'm like, oh, that was you.
Just the
You know what I'm saying? I didn't even
consistency of
know.
it.
Yeah, and then after that, you go back and you do the due diligence and you get all the other shit.
So you don't believe in oversaturation as a theory?
Nah. I don't really, not in music. I don't really understand. Like maybe in like clothes or like movie franchises. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want like fucking, like they did right with Boys in the Hood. They didn't need Boys in the Hood to
Right.
fucking Trey's revenge. You know what I'm saying? He's so pissed about Ricky dying and he came back and he fucking joined the gang, and you know, so none of that. There's no way it's at. Yeah, but with music, man, there's no way you could oversaturate because it's drugs. If you smoke weed, when you gonna say, nah, dude, don't leave me another pound of OG Kush, I don't need it. You know what I'm saying? You smoke weed. There will be a time when you gonna roll that weed up that they left you, even if that shit stacked up to here, you gonna smoke it eventually. So with music, like, that shit is drugs. Like, you do better to just keep going. If people like it, like, if they like that song, they'll roll with the next joint. You know, like, I like oldies. I like shit from like the doo-wop era. And every time I do research and like start getting records and shit, as soon as I find one artist, like, just in looking, like, users also liked, maybe they also bought, and then I just fucking, I do
Like
it.
that
And
one,
then
yeah.
I'm lost, like, fucking hours and
Yeah.
hours and hours just gone. And then when I get in the car and pull up on the homies, I got fucking days worth of music that they don't know shit
What was the
about.
one?
A library of work also meant fans had plenty of music to go into the catalog and explore, find something they love, and share with friends, helping his music spread. There's also a psychological phenomenon called the mere exposure effect. The mere exposure effect says the more you see or hear something, the more you like it, because the more familiar you are with it. Currency parlayed this into support from brands as well.
So, just that mixtape era, it was really me just wanting to see myself on the blogs. I knew every time I dropped a tape or dropped a song, fucking on Smash or something was gonna put up a picture of me. So that was like another way to get an outfit
Keep the
off.
exposure.
Because I wasn't with Young Money no more. So it was no more XXL shit. Nothing was going on. So all my outfits were going to waste. So we would
want
just
your
do
outfits to
we
go
would
to
do
waste.
records. We would do records. Ron would take a picture outside my apartment, like in front of my door, like whatever fucking
Show the
shit
drip,
we just
show
got
the
on.
drip.
Take the picture, and fucking the next day that shit would be everywhere. Like, fuck, it's on. We got him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the first one to wear the 10 deep Letterman. You know what I'm saying? And that kept me fresh because all the clothing lines was like, Spitter, nah, here's a box. Nobody even knew like what level it was on. It was fucking keeping me alive. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because we didn't have any money to fucking go get that shit. But they was doing it because it's like, nah, he popping because he on the blogs every day, so we got to keep that shit on him. So, fuck.
Any artist today can still do something similar by leveraging their social media following and tagging brands while telling the story of why that brand is the one they like and are showing off. Now, a lot of people might say, well, Currency had the money from his label deals to pay for studio time so he could make tons of music to put out. Currency used what he had to make music. It was his work ethic, not resources, that created the opportunities.
Eventually, Jet Life did take off, and you put out a string of mixtapes. Some of them people call classics.
Yeah, man, that shit is crazy, bro. It's
Which
crazy, and the what's nuts is a lot of that stuff I recorded in my apartment. It's like it wasn't in a booth. It was in my 700 square foot joint, like with a upside down chair with a mic taped around it, with a sock and a wire hanger for the pop filter.
Wow. But it seems like as if you've been very consistent on what you've been doing. Like, it feels like as if you're not the first, but one of the first to start doing the collaboration projects. Like,
For sure.
How
For
Fly,
sure.
then,
For
you
sure.
know, of course.
That
with
shit
Fetty.
with me and Wiz fucking like, that changed the world. And some people give me the credit I'm supposed to get, but I don't give a fuck about that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like the people who give, like, I don't really, I'm not concerned about what, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you give me, because I see the influence in people, you know what I'm saying? And it changed the game. It changed how people smoke. It fucking, it did.
Yeah, it did.
It did. It changed how people smoke, changed how people dress, it changed music. That's why a lot of those young dudes will give it up to me, because they're like, man, you know, because when y'all did, you know, it's the shit. So,
Artists can replicate this dedication to creating music and this strategy. In the streaming era, the market is saturated and people are sitting with music for shorter periods of time anyway. It's essentially an all-you-can-eat buffet, so serve as much food as you can and let fans eat till they're satisfied. Going to the second effect of Currency strategy, more volume means more opportunities to connect with fans and make money.
it's like that, you know.
You said on The Fire in the Clouds, Underground never let you down, and it seems to have paid off.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, they got me the rose.
There you go.
Definitely, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how else to explain that.
Do you think it's built also because you overserve? Like, you've given them so much content.
It's a lot of music.
Well, I figure that's what's gonna keep us on the road. You know, I put it out, and if they get it for free, they get it for free. But when they see I'm in their town, you can't bootleg that. You got to come off that $20 or $30, and then once you're in there, you're gonna shop with us and buy shirts and this, that, and the third, and they want to do that because they know how much shit I just upload and say fuck it and give it away and shit. A lot of mainstream, like I got a lot of homies like super successful, and they give me verses all the time, and then and I'm like putting the shit out, like putting the songs up for free, like unmixed, like thanks for the verse, Rose. You know, I know somebody would have gave you like $100,000 for this, but it's coming out tonight on fucking that piff. Like I'm putting that shit out. You know what I'm saying? So fucking they appreciate that. Yeah. They appreciate that. So they come through and they spend cash with me on site. You know?
As you heard him say, more music means he can do more shows, and fans have a reason to see multiple shows because there's new songs to be performed every time. More music means new merch for each project as well. Most importantly, all this means is he can serve the fans he wants to serve. He carved out his niche because he understands who he is, what he wants Jet Life to represent, and how it will fit into his fans' life. Time to understand who they are, what they care about, and super serves them. Watch as he breaks down how and why he knew he could still do shows even with a broken leg.
They're like, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not kidding. Currency. His friends carry him out on stage and just lay him down on a couch.
I brought all my living room shit and we put it in the trailer and just dragged it with the bus.
But the thing is, your brand is such.
Yeah, nobody was tripping.
He just
like, what did you expect me to do anyway? I'm high. I was just, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what? This nigga is chilling. Nobody even knew my leg was broken. They was like, man, Spiller put on a good show. This fool sat on the couch and played PlayStation and rapped songs all night, and they dug that shit. Nobody knew what was going on.
It's not like you're running around when you're on stage. So.
Nobody complained. They was like, yo, this shit is tight, man. Felt like I was at your house.
Currency picks where he will perform based on where he knows his fans will be. By catering to his niche, he knows he has a super loyal fan base. This understanding allowed him to stay true to his sound, even when people were pushing him to make moves for more mainstream success. By understanding his fans, over-serving them, and connecting with them, studying what they wanted from him, and making sure he owned the fan relationship, he set himself up for longevity.
This happened, and just like playing festivals, I really tried to some festivals I shy away from. But because I feel like my music, the music I make is not for that big of a crowd, because there's gonna be some listeners that only want to hear trap music and some people that only want to hear this. And I don't like to give my 110 for people that didn't really come forward. But when I go to play those festivals, I see kids like Famous Dex and shit like that, and they're like, nah, homie, like, you the GOAT, bro. Like, I did this because of you, do. I'm like, that's crazy, you know what I'm saying? And so all that is good, man.
Right. That's interesting. So you feel like you stay consistent making a certain type of musical content that isn't necessarily trying to go for that big festival audience.
Exactly, you know, because my people are solid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of artists right now got to share fans. So it's hard for them because if so-and-so drop an album, you got to share fans with Migos, Cardi B, anything, everything mainstream. Like when you drop your project, it's like, oh, well, we just copped this. This is what's going on right now. Where if you maintain your underground base, those people are like, no matter what's coming out, they're like, when you drop, we fucking with it. Talib Kweli told me at a show one time, he's like, man, you like the best and the worst buddy because the people who listen to you don't want to hear shit else. You know, and he's Talib Kweli. So he's like on my show, like, man, like I'm fucking going hard trying to get these motherfuckers, and he's like, they're like, wait, like, well, Spiller, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, well.
Yo from DJ Booth sums it up perfectly. Rappers with niche followings exist in their very own universe. They're like superheroes that are larger than life, but only within their world. Outside of that universe, they aren't as known. Batman can't enter Metropolis and expect to be a bigger hero than Superman. Currency isn't going to be hounded by TMZ reporters or be forced to join reality shows because he's struggling to stay afloat. He understands the formula that allowed his success, he operates within his market, and he doesn't force crossing over. Other artists can learn from this too. The search for a hit and mainstream success isn't always the best route. If you can carve out your niche, build a loyal following around the lifestyle of that niche, you'll create lifelong fans that always come back and support you. The trapping of mainstream success is that there's more competition for your fans and audience, and you're not only competing with other mainstream music, you're competing against a ticking clock to stay relevant. If you do want mainstream success, you can learn from this as well, because within the mainstream, you still have loyal fans, quality and volume still works, and if you're paying attention, you'll be able to learn what audiences are looking for and serve them that, just like Currency does with his niche following. It all comes back to vision and being clear about what you want for your career. Currency's vision, which focused on bringing forth a world around the jet life lifestyle, was less about money and all about being happy with himself. After 2009, the joint album with Currency and Wiz Khalifa dropped this year. They both did an interview with Complex. Both were asked if they expected the level of financial success they have taking the route they did musically. Wiz answered, "I think we were just focused on not being what we had seen because we had seen so much trash, so much bullshit going on. So it was like, as long as we were not that, we'll be cool. That was success to us." Currency followed up on Wiz's answer saying, "Honestly, that was it. We didn't really think that we would get to this level paper-wise with the route we were taking. We weren't doing any fake shit. All the fakery was picking the money up. We thought, well, we're not going to make that much paper, but at least I will never say, you did no fake-ass shit. You'll never say I did it, and that's worth it." Later in the interview, he stated, the thing that he brought to rap is just being yourself. The idea of being yourself every day is important to Currency and his brand and dictates the moves that he makes, even if it means less money in the short run.
Let's check it out. We have been to countless meetings. People have always been down to open the door and get me, I speak myself, give me a shot to come into every office.
They always will take the meeting.
So listen, tons of meetings, but then they all tell me the same thing. They're like, well, play some records. And they're like, man, these are great. You can rap, man, but like, this is not what's gonna get you to the level. You know what I'm saying? So I always I'm like, well, with all due respect, it was good meeting you. I'm gonna just keep mashing and doing my thing. Yeah. And people were really taking an interest in me. Like, man, like, bro, I wanna see you get to the millions, you know what I'm saying? Why don't you just let me send you these beats? Won't you do this on this? And I'm like, nah, I'm cool. I'm just gonna make 100,000 this year. You know what I'm saying? What I have is a real yearning to want to tell other people who may still be trying to stay true to their pens, that it can pan out.
Currency acknowledges that being himself every day can hurt his career as he passes up on some opportunities, but the benefit is the trust that's built and the authenticity around the brand. That spread his influence not only among fans, but also with other artists. So when he preaches independence and being yourself, people truly believe it.
Has it changed the perception of what independent is nowadays? And like, do you feel like you're a forefront of the original, what that means?
Absolutely, because right now it's microwave, but it's very rare that once they push the button, then they get into the system with the big wigs instead of maintaining what made them reach out in the first place. So the first facet that realizes that is really the one that's gonna win, because they reach independence. Like if you a SoundCloud rapper, I don't want to say that, but that's what they saying to them now.
Music, yeah.
But you do that, and then you maintain. You realize you got millions and millions of people. You know what I'm saying? Fucking with that music. Now imagine if they only had to get it through you through SoundCloud. Now you make sure they only got to get it through you any other way, as opposed to you take this partnership, this big deal, give up all your merchandise and all this shit with this major, and then you could have did all of that shit because the people was already with you. They just had no way to get it. Once you fucking figure out how to get it on these streaming platforms and all that, and it's just you. Like the Master P shit just now. Like they would be mad. They're making money, but they would be out of control. Like motherfuckers, like some of them might try to take over the country or something. If they realize they're independent, they start picking up that independent machine money just like that. It'll be mad. I mean, I'd like to see it. It'd be cool.
You said that on a Pilot Talk album, like how you refused the major and you stayed real and you kept your promise.
Yeah, because on the tapes I always said that I wouldn't let a situation change me. And even before we got the Warner thing to pop, labels were trying and people were trying to help me, and bring me songs, and it's like, look, there's hooks already on this. You lay the verses on this, and this shit's just going, we gonna bring this to the label, bop, 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 it'll go. And I would never want to do that because Fast Times at Ridgemont, Fly, Super Tech Mobile, all these tapes that I was recording in the closet that built me that big following, those people were gonna be upset. Like when that record dropped, like it wasn't, the transfer wasn't gonna happen. If I brought 1 million people to this label, you know what I'm saying, that I built through underground, soon as we drop this Popcorn record, we don't have them no more. So you kind of bought a lemon. I'm telling you that you bought a lemon if we do this, because they don't want it. They don't want to see me do it, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I think. That's what
Trust in your brand and reputation goes a long way. It goes a long way in business dealings. It goes a long way in working with other artists, even if it may not be seen on another level than you. And it sets clear expectations on what people are getting from you when they work with you.
Also, the truth is that I'm the same way every day. That's an advantage and a hindrance at the same time.
Yeah.
What did you mean?
Because, with the same thing, like, I just might not do some shit because I don't like it. I don't really fuck with y'all's organization, and even though, like, this might help me if I come and do this, or if I come to this party, if I do this, I might meet so-and-so. I'm not doing it. Yeah. I'm the same way every day. So like that helps me because it's people trust you when you're the same way every day. They know that they can count on you. Yeah. But it also fucks me up because there's opportunities and shit that I'm like, nah, I'm not fucking, I don't want to do that. Or I don't want to do that record. I don't fuck with him. I don't want, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't like what they doing, so I don't want to put my verse on that. I don't want that,
But it seems like you work with everybody. Like,
see, that's what it seemed like. I work with everybody. Like, if you look at it, I work with the originators of each facet, every style. Like, Future is my buddy. Now, when it went how it went and people realized that was a path to success, let me change and try to do this. And they use his patterns and all that shit to get on. I'm not doing the song with them. Like, because that's fake. I can't fuck with that because dude was the one where it came from. So I can't fuck with nothing else. Right. So that's the way I feel about that shit. That's why I feel like I got the cosign. And whenever the people I fuck with, like when they tripped on Yachty, I'm like, yo, fam, like I'm looking in your picture on Instagram and you telling me that I shouldn't have did this, and your hair, you have red cornrows. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to hear that shit. Right. Why you doing what you doing? You know what I'm saying? So I fuck with homie.
I also fuck with young artist Kaj. You're on his record. This shit. That was a dope feature.
That's my heart. The younger ones really, because it's so easy for them to take the bait and do the other shit. Like, I thought I was really taking the stand in fucking 2008 and 2009, like just not having fucking auto-tune on my voice and shit. I was like, yeah, I am fucking from 1988 with this shit. Like, this is real rap right here. But now, for a kid to come out and just rap, and you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, you have nothing going but a backwards hat and a Figaro chain, my nigga, it's gonna be tough for you. You know what I'm saying? Lil Pump bashed the windows out on the Rolls Royce in his video. It's gonna be hard for you, bro. You got to do something, you know what I'm saying? Set your house on fire or do something, you know what I'm saying? These kids destroying the shit they working for. So for Kaz to make moves like that and be normal, I'm like, damn, for sure. A lot of people in the game who I fuck with, because I'm the same way every day, they can't front on me. So, like 2 Chainz. But I could call 2 Chainz right now, put a verse on this, and he knows I'm gonna put this shit out tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, he know we not about to call him. What's up with the, like, who's your thing? Like, let's get all your paperwork. Stems. Let's get you these mechanicals and shit. He know, like, man, this dude just gonna put this shit out. You know what I'm saying? But fuck.
Character is a signal to others on if they want to work with you, and if they can trust doing so won't damage their reputation. At the same time, Currency doesn't let it limit his creativity. His relationships are based on trust from other people's actions. So if a producer he trusts makes a creative suggestion, he'll try it out.
Like Alchemist, he suggested this too, because we were both in two, like we were there, but like he was in the car and I was where I was at. Cause it's like, you do your thing, I do mine. We just we make it work once we go in the booth.
Absolutely.
But Al was like, nah, won't you do 2 bars, you do 2 bars, and it made us have to let each other know what we were saying. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when I realized, like, I never wanted to be in a situation. I didn't think I wanted to be in that, like a situation like that. Like, I'm like too cool for school, so it's like, why rap my rap? Why should I let you hear my rap? You know what I'm saying? But it's like with the homie, I wasn't thinking that. None of that clicked in my body to where I felt like that. So I was like, yo, we have that. Let's do it for real, you know.
And where did it start? Just running into each other in mutual respect?
Yeah, absolutely. Like just not doing sucker shit. You pay attention to the people in your field, and everybody does something whack, and it's like 7 of us who don't fuck up, and then you remember them. It's like Freddie Gibbs, it's like Freddie Gibbs wouldn't do that. He wouldn't wear that. He wouldn't say that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, boom, let's line up and do songs because I'm safe doing records with you. Because I know you're not going to go and do some crazy shit, and then I'm staple to you because I'm the homie. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, it's a few of us. You know?
That simple principle of being yourself and staying true to that can pay real dividends, as we see with Currency. As artists build their brand, it should be focused around who they truly are and what's important to them. That is what brings out the uniqueness and creates the trust with others. Awareness of self are vital to success. That clarity comes through in your brand and your relationship with fans. It can help you see the right opportunities, and it can help you pick the right strategy for success. Currency's strategy of high volume, free music that leads to more paid shows and merch and allows fans to have a huge catalog to dive into and explore is one to consider, especially in the streaming era. For some additional perspective, an Amazon executive has said, in the on-demand world, it is better to have content where 30% of people love it, it's their favorite thing, and they constantly engage with it, rather than something where 80% of people think it's pretty good and don't keep coming back for more or talking about it. However, there are plenty of strategies outside of Currencies that artists can employ. They must decide which strategy is right for them based on their vision and goals for their career. There are lots of paths to success, but choose the one that allows you to be yourself, make the music you want, helps you make money, keeps your integrity, and allows you to have a long career. Thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. Leave your thoughts in the comments, or leave suggestions on other artists and topics I should look into next.